Remember that bill that I told you that House of Rep are sponsoring to mandate Nigerians from voting, that it will be mandatory for you to vote. If you refuse to vote on election day, you receive 6 months imprisonment or you pay 100k. Why some people are already saying that they will be saving 100,000 naira to the election time. They will rather pay the 100k or not to vote. But anyway, the bill is already receiving a lot of backlash. In fact, some senators or some House of Rep members are opposing that bill. Anyway, let me explain.
Mr. Speaker, while I thank you and other sponsors of this bill, that is a good bill, it's a wonderful one, but I have some reservations, Mr. Speaker. We are trying to put something on nothing. It is not the problem mandating citizens to vote. There is no problem making it compulsory for citizens to vote. But a situation where citizens have lost confidence in their vote, it becomes a problem. A very serious problem. And as such, Mr. Speaker, while we are making a law to make voting compulsory, we should also make a law that will make the votes of citizens count. The last election, Mr. Speaker, we can all say without shying from the truth, INEC chairman and all the INEC officers went around the country carrying out campaigns that their vote will count, giving all sorts of promises, and at the end, we saw something else.
Now, according to a lot of people, one of the issues that bill will receive is because Nigerians already lost confidence in electoral system in Nigeria. You cannot mandate people to vote in a electoral process that does not have credibility. Now, it's just like telling me to go and write an exam that I know the marker will manipulate my results. So why writing the exam when I already know you will fail me? You get. Now, the INEC, Independent National Electoral Commission, already lost its credibility. In fact, I can practically tell you, I can hit my chest and tell you that 80% of Nigerians do not have confidence in the electoral system. So why will you mandate people to go through electoral process that does not have credibility? So why not reform the electoral process before you can now mandate people to vote? In fact, let me just tell you the truth. If no be rigging spirit that is in Nigerian politician body, what is an electoral reform? What is there? Reform this thing now. See, I can beat my chest. If you give MTN INEC to handle, say MTN, oh yeah, come and handle INEC, conduct the election for us, they will do it better with cheaper money. In fact, they will do it better. Let them handle the INEC the way they handle MTN Project Fame Vote, the way they handle Big Brother Vote. They didn't do it like that now. At least we even trust them better than the... I don't take this. Okay, let me just continue the information. So a lot of people are opposing the bill. At the end of the day, the bill might not see the light of the day. But then the bill is still in the process of probably becoming a law. When it becomes a law, my brother, whether you like to vote or not, you might want to go and vote, or maybe start saving your 100,000 naira every 4 years, or plan for your vacation in Kirikiri.
Nigeria has a total of 93 million registered voters out of its over 200 million population. But despite the huge number of registered voters, only a little above 25 million voted at the last presidential election, representing a quarter of registered voters. Years of electoral fraud, other forms of electoral irregularities, and political violence have combined to erode confidence in the voting process. The results have been quite evident in a culture of apathy that has now characterized elections in the country. The proposed bill in the House of Representatives to make voting compulsory, sponsored by the Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, is considered in some quarters as a legislative effort to tackle the apathy and improve citizens' participation in the process of electing their own leaders and representatives.
It is high time that Nigerians are obliged to vote, because by doing so, I feel Nigerians would take more caution in whom they decide to vote for. Because if it's compulsory, then not voting will now be perhaps criminal, and they can be, tried and charged.
So many persons don't vote these days. I asked some persons, why didn't you vote? They said they didn't vote for anybody, because even though they voted, their candidate will not win. But it is important, if they had come out to vote, and many more like that, and voted the right person, possibly the person would have won.
But there has been a pushback against the proposed bill, which seeks to also impose a maximum of 6 months imprisonment or a fine of no more than 100,000 naira for Nigerians of voting age who fail to vote during election. That voting is a right and that it cannot be criminalized. Many on the streets of Abuja share similar views, questioning how such legislation will be enforced. To others, it is a mere waste of time trying to force citizens to vote without addressing the underlying problems of vote buying and why citizens believe their votes do not count.
Voting should not be compulsory for everybody, because even if you go out and vote, they still have their own way of doing their magu-magu. So we all think even if we go out and vote, our rights is not being protected. They still go ahead and do whatever they want to do.
Concerning the proposed bill by the National Assembly to make it compulsory for everybody to vote, I don't think it's a right bill to be passed at this moment. Looking at the lot of challenges that we are being faced in this nation, I think the least of our problem is making up a bill to make everybody vote by force. And let's look at it this way. What if the names in the ballot paper and none of them are my choices there? So are you telling me that I must vote even though my choice is not there?
The proposed legislation to make voting compulsory for eligible citizens has scaled second reading in the House of Representatives, and it is bound to generate even more controversy in the coming days when it gets to the Senate as it progresses.
This policy, e be like say dem go get a lot of people, like gree policeling, e go be full of people, because I don't think everybody is willingly to vote. It's not compulsory. I haven't seen in any other country. I don't know. I'm not a kind of going around in the country. It's not even a kind. I get the money. No person wey get money na im go different country. But then again, like me, I voted before, and then, but it's kind of discouragement to try it again, because you vote for a particular person and you know a lot of people vote for this particular person. At the end of the day, the person that you were voting for did not win. Even though the person win, then they buy votes. The person that they want, the person that INEC choose for them to be settled, that they have paid INEC. Let me use the word allegedly, that they have paid INEC, that even though this person win, now this person will become the leader, whosoever that wants to, both from local government vote to higher institution, which happen to be president. See, a lot of things are happening, but then again, who am I to come and say do or no do? But if you make vote compulsory, last 2 years, or which year safe, that they were voting for Tinubu, I went to a voters office to go and do my voters card. See, like 2 consecutive days, I was not able to. The number that they give me, I will still come back, they will still give me the number again from morning to night to 2 days. May I go lose the one where they put for my table because of vote? And they are doing it. See, you go first go there. Like me, I reached there by 6 o'clock before they even open. But people that came by 12, they will do their food and go back. But people that came there before them, see, they are just doing this thing because of rich man something, I beg.
Where the headline, the lead story says Tinubu approves more air assets to tackle insurgency. The riders orders military to intensify counter-terrorism operations, meets CDS, service chiefs. Military warns against misinformation, circulation of old footage. That story is on page 5. Vimbai, we spoke about, the meeting of the president earlier in the program, with the service chiefs. And here he's approving more air assets to tackle insurgency, which is a good one.
Yes.
A lot of people will also ask what has happened actually to the Tucano jets, that we spent huge amount of money on, to get during President Buhari. But hey, the president is talking security and it means business. The second cover picture is also about that, Nigeria security on their minds. But up on top of the lead story is a celebratory one, for
Chief Dele Momodu.
For Chief Dele Momodu. At Dele Momodu's lecture, Obasanjo urges collective action to end poverty. And we can see from the picture, the Oni of Ife the celebrator himself at 65, you know, Basharon Dele Momodu with his wife, and former President Obasanjo, who delivered a beautiful lecture there, and you know, Dele Momodu's friend, who's also 65 by just few days apart, you know, the governor of Osun State. For me, this is how an accomplished professional, an accomplished journalist is celebrated. It isn't about the papers that you carry. It isn't about, you know, the politics that you play. It is how your constituency, you know, celebrates you. And you can see from, you know, the lecture yesterday and from all the other